limitations comes creativity. Debbie Allen. Hey, Barbara. I heard through the grapevine that you had a, box. Is that true? It's true, isn't it? I knew it, Barbara. But what I didn't hear is what's inside the box. So tell me, Barbara, what is inside the box? You're not going to tell me? You don't want me to know. But I have to. That's my problem? My problem. You're right. It is my problem. But it's also society's problems. And now I will go into what I call thinking outside the box. Thinking outside the box is a metaphor that means to think differently, unconventionally, or from a new perspective. This phrase often refers to novel or creative thinking. Now first, what is a box? In literal terms, a box is a container with a flat base and sides. Most of them have a lid, or some of them may be completely cardboard. In figurative terms, we'll call it the mind. The closest some people have ever got to thinking outside the box would be answering a riddle. However, some don't get riddles because they think too hard. Children don't think outside the box because they have all been structured by the government since the age of 3 to believe that they have to color inside the lines. Kids are told to put things inside boxes because of people like Barbara, when all I really want to do is take them out. Life science states kids these days are narrow-minded and just not as creative as they used to be. Researchers say they are finding exactly that. In a 2010 study of about 300,000 creativity tests going back to the 1970s, Hyung-hee Kim, a creativity researcher at the College of William and Mary, found creativity has decreased among American children in recent years. Since 1990, children have become less able to produce unique and unusual ideas. They are also less humorous, less imaginative, and less able to elaborate on ideas, Kim said. Has modern society really extinguished the creativity spark among our youth? Experts say creativity is innate, so it really can't be lost, but it needs to be nurtured. It's not that creativity can necessarily disappear, said Ron Ghetto, an education psychologist at the University of Oregon, but it can be suppressed in particular contexts. The current focus on testing in schools and the idea that there's only one right answer to a question may be hampering development of creativity among kids. There is not much room for unexpected, novel, divergent thought, he said. Teachers don't spend a lot of time exploring unexpected ideas because they're not sure where it will lead, Ghetto said. As a result, out-of-the-box thinking gets discouraged. In the book Pedagogy of the Oppressed, written by Paulo Freire, he writes that education is suffering from narration sickness. This goes along with the idea that children in schools cannot freely think as they wish because their thinking mentality is being oppressed by the school systems. They have become fixated on the idea that teachers just teach and children memorize and go home when the lessons are done. In all this time, the children have been monitored to make sure they are following with the lessons, not thinking or trying to think other things. In math classes, students are taught one way to find the answer to a problem without exploring what would be easier for them to find it. Like, instead of finding out your X math, I would like to find out why there's only one way to find your X that's not even looking for you. Or, for instance, that ELA class you're taking, there are more ways to analyze Dr. Seuss's Green Eggs and Ham poem than just saying that you don't like green eggs and ham. Now I have a poem that I found. It says, gotta step out of your comfort zone. You'll never know if you don't try. Take a step into the great unknown. Can't let an opportunity pass you by. You'll never know if you don't try. Start to think outside the box. Can't let an opportunity pass you by. Do something you find unorthodox. Christine Saputo. Think of it like this. Have you ever heard of a jack in the box? You have, right? So now we all know that there's a jack inside the box. But knowing that, we keep twisting the handle outside the box for Jack to come out. That reminds me of my goal society. A society that needs to focus more on the outcome of something than just what everyone wants us to think or see inside of a box. We've become too steadfast on the idea that actually carrying that out due to the fear of the outcome. That is why we choose to go the traditional way. What we have to do as people is stop silencing our creative children and make them express their creativity. Now, we'll try this again. So, my sweet, lovely, dear associate person, you, Barbara, I love the fact that you have a box, but I could care less what's inside. Though it would be interesting to know, I've just developed a skill that will have you thinking why the outside is even cooler than what's inside. Ha! I fixed my problem in your face.